All right, thanks again for joining me here on 3 Minute Knives, where we go over the ins and outs of a particular knife in 3 minutes or less. Usually, today I may go over a little bit because I got two knives here, and it's a knife that I think deserves a little bit more time because there's a few more things I want to go over with it. This is the Kansept Knives Goblin XL. The Kansept Goblin XL. I've got two different versions here. There is one more version. So you've got the full blackout, you've got the bronze titanium with the satin finish blade, and then they also have a bronze titanium with the blackout blade. But let's go over the specs real quick. Overall length, 8.67 inches. 3.5 inch blade with a 3.2 inch cutting edge because of this nice full sharpening choil down here. 1.5 inches wide, 0.13 inches thick. S35 VN, obviously a Warncliffe style. Flat grind. Like I said, this is satin finish. And you got the PVD coated here. Titanium hardware that has been anodized blue. Titanium pocket clip. Great pocket clip. I love the look of it. 5.32 inch handle. 1.4 inches wide. Just under half an inch thick. 6 ounces. There is some weight relief going on in here. Slightly, but at 6 ounces, I don't mind that at all. It's a bigger knife. I know a lot of people complain and they want everything to be under 3 ounces. But, you know, I want a knife that's going to be a knife that I can do whatever I want with it, and I can, you know, put it through, you know, some hard use, and I'm not going to have to worry about it. And at 6 ounces, that's right where it should be. And it's a bigger knife. I like bigger knives. I have extra large hands and long fingers, and this one, it fits nicely. And at 6 ounces, I don't have a problem with it, and it pretty much disappears in the pocket because of the, you know, it's flat, it's thin, and so yeah, it works great. 3 different opening methods. You've got the front flipper, you can finger flick it, and you can thumb flick it. I'm not a huge front flipper guy, but this one works great. I prefer kind of just rolling it out when I'm using the front flipper there. But it's nice and smooth, runs on bearings. Kansept Knives Goblin XL is designed by Marshall Noble. I go over a little bit more about Marshall Noble's design ideas in my original Goblin review, so check that one out. This blackout version is hot. I like it. So, now let's go over a few things that, if it were me, I might change. First thing, the lock bar. Pet peeve of mine, when I find a knife that I really like a lot, but then the lock bar kind of bites into your thumb a little bit when you're pushing it over, it really kind of irks me. Now this one isn't that bad, but you know, if you could have just rounded this off just a tad, or you know, sometimes if you just bring this up just a bit, it, you know, allows for a more comfortable pushover. This one isn't bad, you know, and especially if you're only opening and closing it a few times a day, it's not bad at all. But if you sit here flicking it a lot like I do to just kind of get a feel for the knife, I've carried both of these for a few days now. I did a review, my initial opening review, and I did a review on the prototype of this. But these two I've carried around, I've used a little bit, and just to get an overall feel for them, and that's just one of the things I have noticed about the lock bar. Another thing, the lanyard hole. I love the fact that they put a lanyard hole on this bigger one. They did not have one on the original Goblin. The only thing with this lanyard hole, I wish it was a little bit deeper, or this whole section here was a little bit wider, like maybe came out to here, because how it is right now, you're pretty much stuck with using 95 paracord, which you can, or you're just going to have to take one strand of 550, feed it through, pull it through, and then tie a lanyard yourself. Because to have a 550 paracord to try and get both strands down through there, I tried, it's almost impossible. Now you could maybe take this whole thing apart and get it through, but I don't know, that's kind of a pain. So anyway, I just wish it was a little bit bigger so you could put any lanyard on there. Using 95 is not a huge deal. One other minor thing, the jimping up top here on this PVD coated one, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. But on this one, it's a little aggressive. It's not horrible, you know, and especially if you're wearing gloves, that's going to work out great. But just, you know, just keep that in mind. So when you're front flicking it, you know, it kind of digs right into the side of your thumb there. It's not bad. It's just a nitpicky thing that I'm pointing out. The biggest thing that I wish they would have changed is there is no D-pivot in this. So when you disassemble this, you've got to put a Torx on this side and a Torx on this side and hold this side while you're turning this side. If you don't put one in here and hold it, then it's just going to spin freely. So I wish all manufacturers would use a D-pivot or something to keep one side from turning. They didn't, and a lot of people do that. It works fine. I did disassemble this one, and I got it apart just fine. T10 for the pivot, T6s all around here. T8s would have been nice as well, but they're nice deep T6s, so I had no problem disassembling this. Just a, you know, one maybe little thing that I might change if you know, if I were doing this. But with all that said, I really dig this knife. I love the look of it. This blackout version is hot. I really like it, and I've got some ideas for the scales here that I'm going to implement and make it more my own. But yeah, it looks, I mean, it just has kind of a space age look to it. Yeah, I dig it. I love the design. It feels great in hand. It flips great. Runs on bearings, so it's nice and smooth. Not guillotine shut, but just kind of glides shut. I would definitely say when these are released, they will be out all over the place very shortly. You can pick them up at a few online dealers right now, but I think within the next week or so, they're going to be available everywhere. They might have been waiting until after SHOT Show to release them all over, but yeah, I dig it. Even with those minor things I pointed out, I dig it. So I would say definitely pick one up. And please like, share, subscribe on my videos. I'd love to keep bringing these vids to you, but it's going to become increasingly difficult if I don't get more subscribers. So just do that for me if you could. I would appreciate it. You know, send comments my way. I try to answer every single comment that you guys send me. And if you have questions about the knife, if you have questions about anything, you know, I'll do my best to give you an honest answer. Yeah, I dig it. The Goblin XL, Kansept Knives Goblin XL, designed by Marshall Noble. Check them out. I think you'll like it.